Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Thursday video report. Coming up in just a second, I'm going to take a look at your total and break down your Atlanta-Chicago game, giving you the over-under for the free pick on the heels of last night, giving you another free winner with Oklahoma City, my third straight winner in that series against the Grizzlies. How easy was the Thunder's double-digit rout of Memphis last night? And also, in just a moment, going to give you another discount money-saving coupon code. This is the only place you can get them, guys, right here on the video. I try to do it at least a couple of times a week, if not more, throughout the summer. More about that in a minute. Of course, last night, cashed in with another one of my bread-and-butter plays, another 15-dime release. Now my second highest rated play ever in the NBA after my first ever 30-dime release, with Memphis getting the job done over Oklahoma City in Game 3 over this past weekend. But those 15-dime plays last night, the Miami Heat, that clutch finish by LeBron and the Heat going on a roll in the final 5 minutes of the game, getting the win and cover against Boston. I got to tell you guys, I was out last night. I came in, I turned on the TV literally about 41 seconds to go in the game, and that, of course, is when LeBron, seconds later, came up with the steal, went in for the uncontested layup. Then, of course, the offensive foul called on Boston. LeBron drives down the lane, gets the easy bucket. Those 4 points, that's the difference between the win and the cover last night. So I'll tell you what, I didn't have to waste 2.5 hours of my life that I'll never get back. I watched the most important 45 seconds of the game. And that's why we always say every NBA game is always decided in the final 2 minutes. I mean, ain't that the truth though lately, guys? Isn't that always the case generally with the NBA, it seems? Especially here in these playoffs, that's for damn sure. So, Miami gets the job done. With those 15-dime plays, I'm now 19-7-1 the past 2 years, 14-5-1 this season alone. But that wasn't the big news last night. I mean, guys, I'll get to you promotion in just a second. I mean, the big news last night, did you catch The Real World? I mean, this is getting good, guys. You know, I grew up with my mom watching soap operas, but this is much better than any soap opera you can possibly get. So let me just give you the recap in case you haven't been following. You know, of course, there's Dustin. They call him Zito. That's his last name. Zito, of course, had hooked up early in the season with Heather, the cute little blonde roommate. Only problem was that Zito failed to mention that he had that gay porn past. Well, you know, that kind of hit the fan, let's say, when that news came out. And Heather, of course, was, just a little upset, so that broke up their relationship. But then the evil Cook, that's the new girl that was brought in about 3 weeks ago after Mike was kicked out of the house because he was a jackass. Anyway, Cook, that's her name. Of course, last night when they go to the homeless shelter to feed the kids in Las Vegas, suddenly she introduces herself as Cookie. Damned if I know, she's having an identity crisis I can't follow. But anyway, Cook has had the hots for Zito all along. Well, with Heather now, of course, breaking up with Zito, apparently, Cook, of course, you know, lays one on him in the cab last week on the show. Of course, that news is divulged in the house. Heather gets upset. But now, why is Heather getting upset? Because they broke up, but now Heather suddenly's jealous. And, of course, she's flirting with him every time she gets drunk. And then, towards the end of last night's show, it looks like they might get back together. Oh, and did I mention that last week Heather, because of course she was drunk, she was in the hot tub with Nani, the other hot girl, they ended up in bed together? Now, don't you see why you should be watching The Real World? I mean, you could have watched the Miami Heat game last night. You could have watched it too, but I'm telling you, The Real World was much better television. You know, I'm taking Percocet every day for pain. You know, this damn show's getting too convoluted even for me to follow, and I'm a reality TV junkie. But the hell with Survivor, the hell with The Biggest Loser, the hell with The Amazing Race, and please, don't tell me you're watching Dancing with the Stars, because if you're doing that, please, do not watch this video any longer, because that's just embarrassing. I just can't have you in the same room. Real World is the way to go. In honor of The Real World, your discount money-saving coupon today is REAL10. R-E-A-L. And the number 10, REAL10, no space between the name Real or the number 10, and you will save $10 off of any single purchase you make today. It's a one-time usage coupon. You don't have to buy my plays. You can buy anybody's plays. Once again, REAL10. And now, listen, guys, you know, your day should be set. I have given you all the important vital information today that you need. I watched Idol last night as well. Personally, I think Haley screwed it up with that first song. Great performance last week, but I think Haley's going home tonight. I would bet on Haley going home tonight. You know, it's between her and Lauren, because Scotty and James are not going home, okay? So I think Haley goes home. You know, this is what this video is all about. Okay, let's talk some basketball. FYI, I always tell you the good and the bad. In terms of hot handicappers, Derek Mancini was going for his 4th ever 50-dime play and his 5th straight winner in the Boston-Miami series last night. I got to tell you something, guys. I was rooting against him because he had the Celtics hanging. It looked good with 5 minutes to go, right? But unfortunately, he did lose that game. Another guy that I happened to mention yesterday here, just looking at my notes, Anthony Red, unfortunately, he went down in flames with the 40-dime play on Memphis. That one was never even to be contested. I, of course, won. Scott Delaney, who I mentioned a couple days ago, has been the hottest handicapper at the site over the past couple of months. He lost that day that I happened to mention his play, but he came right back last night with a 40-dime winner. You look at his overall net profit, and Delaney, after the 30-dime teaser winner last night, plus 759 dimes over the last 48 days. That means if you bet just $10 per dime he has released, you have won $7,590 over the past 48 days, and that's wins minus losses minus the juice, guys. So he certainly has been consistent. Matt Rivers, congratulations to him, coming back after a family situation. He had been gone for about a week and a half. Nice way to come back. 3-0 sweep last night, both NBA side winners, and the Toronto Blue Jays is a nice 115 to 120 dog as well. Tonight, a guy I want to tell you about, Jeff Benton. Jeff, he's a cocky son of a bitch. I mean, that's all there is to it. You look at that picture of Jeff. Yeah, that's Jeff. I mean, look at this picture, and that's Jeff. That smug, cocky attitude. He calls himself the big play specialist. Well, we'll see. Tonight he has biggest NBA playoff release of the season, the 50-dime play. He had only one other of these so far this season. To put it in perspective for you, 30-dime plays, he's won 4 out of 6, including the Bulls in game number 2. 20-dime plays, he's on a 7-4 run, including the Mavericks in game 4 against the Lakers, and 15-dime plays, a 12-6 run, including the Bulls in game number 5. And of course, the 50-dime play tonight is bigger than all of those selections. So let's see if the big play specialist can come through, because I love to bust his chops. Okay, let's get going. I'm going to take a look at the total in tonight's game. I find it interesting that the total is 178.5 points in this game, especially when you consider that the first 2 games at home in this series have totaled 186 and 181 points. Then again, Atlanta's first 4 playoff games, let me just do my math here, guys. Yes, the first 4 playoff games at home for Atlanta this year, they averaged only 85.5 points. But then they, of course, scored 100 in game number 5 when they went on that 16-4 tear to close that game and get the win. They have stayed under in 16 of their last 22 games. However, I think in tonight's game, here's the key. Atlanta knows the style that it has to play. It has to press the attack. It has to be aggressive offensively. And the one thing the Bulls do, they have no problem shooting the ball, whether they're hot or not. So consequently, I think that you take advantage of this price going down at 178.5. And again, the first 2 games at home in this series totaled 188 and 181, both of which went over this price tonight, right? So I say you go and take the over. You ignore the fact that these two teams, that the Hawks are on a 16-6 under run, because again, this is the postseason. This is a playoff series that has gone deep, and I've always found that historically, then when a series gets extended, when you get in that 5th, 6th, and 7th games, these teams are so familiar with each other. It doesn't pay off necessarily defensively, but it pays off more offensively, and that's why I think that you're going to see this one going over the posted price tonight. Good luck, everybody. Again, remember, Real 10, save $10 off of any single purchase, one-time usage coupon, today only, and good luck.